In this video, we're going to extend our utility table framework beyond looking at just two options and see what happens when we have three or more options from which to choose. And in the process, this analysis will shed light on why some people choose to become stay-at-home parents. To begin, let's revisit our analysis on the decision to work. Previously, we had looked at two possible courses of action. We could choose to do paid work or leisure. But this time, let's add a third option to the mix and call it household work. This would involve doing chores, laundry, cleaning dishes. Now, because we have three options from which to choose, we need to have three columns in our table. Now let's compute the marginal utility for each option. Let's suppose the person is earning $10 an hour. That means the marginal utility from paid work would be $10, the additional earnings they would receive. For simplicity's sake, let's assume that there aren't any income taxes to worry about. Let's further suppose that this person is willing to sacrifice $8 of income in order to leisure for that hour. Thus, the marginal utility for leisure would be the $8. But what about the marginal utility or additional happiness that we get from household work? Now, you might be tempted to think that household work doesn't really generate additional happiness, but that wouldn't quite be true. After all, making sure that we have cleaner dishes on which to eat, cleaner clothes with which to wear, and a cleaner house in which to live, all of that generates additional happiness. So let's say that this person is willing to sacrifice $11 worth of income in order to choose to do some household work. Now let's think about the marginal cost for each of these options. If I choose to do paid work, then I'm giving up the option to do leisure or household work. But remember, of those two options, I could only have done one of them. And of the two, I would have chosen household work. So if I choose to do paid work, I'm really giving up the chance to do the household work and the happiness that that household work would generate. Consequently, my marginal cost, what I have to sacrifice, is the $11 of happiness I could have received from doing household work. Likewise, if I'm choosing leisure, I'm giving up the chance to do paid work or household work. But of the two, I could only have done one. And that one I would have chosen was household work. And so my marginal cost of leisure is the $11 of happiness I could have earned from doing household work. And finally, if I choose to do household work, I'm giving up the chance to do paid work and leisure. But of the two, I could have only done one, and of those two, I would have chosen paid work. Therefore, my marginal cost for household work is the value of the paid work, or the $10 an hour. Notice in each case that the marginal cost of an action is the value of the best opportunity foregone or given up. In other words, this is what economists call the opportunity cost. Now, when we compute the net benefits, we find that paid work generates a net benefit of negative $1 an hour, leisure generates a net benefit of negative $3 an hour, and household work generates a net benefit of positive $1 an hour. As a side note, I should point out that no matter how many options you have available, if you do your computations correctly, there can at most be only one option that generates a positive net benefit. Because people do the things that they believe will generate a positive net benefit, in this case it's household work, we would say that this person would choose to do household work. So why do people clean their house? Well, it's because they want to. Why do people do their dishes? It's because it makes them happier. Why do people do all these things to improve their homes? Is because it gives them a positive net benefit. Now this helps us to understand a little bit better about why some people choose to be a stay-at-home parent. It's because those people have a viable option to do more of this third option besides leisure and household work. And because they have that viable choice for those people, that third option is the most valuable. And so they choose to be a stay-at-home parent instead of a parent that works outside the home.